Hi guys, good morning. I am from Prwatech. Welcome to Prwatech. Today we will learn about the topic Hive. So Hive is basically used for the Hadoop, how to create the dynamic schema on the data and store the data into tables. It's same as SQL but have the different configurations and used for the high scalability data. So in Hive, first we create the database. In database, how to manage the table, how to create the data, how to create the tables, how to delete the table, how to drop the tables, how to drop the database. We will learn all things, all the operations of related to table. So let's start the session. First, to start the Hive, we have to write the terminal on Hive. After that, we get like this. I already started this, and so I got this. And now, how to check the database? First is hit and mind how to check the database. So there is simple command for that. Show databases. That there is how many databases are there. Just show. So, show databases. Now there is database of default and Prwatech. These two databases are okay. Now we are getting the new database instead of first. Okay, now we are creating new database. Create database Prwatech 1 because I already created the Prwatech I was using, so that's why it's now this. You can check out this. Now we got the Prwatech 1. Now we can use this database Prwatech 1. In this we can create the tables, so that is for the create. How we can drop the database? There is same syntax as I already used for the another database. Drop database and database name like this. So an example, drop database Prwatech 1. So it's drop. Now you can check out your database. There is no Prwatech 1 database. Now we are creating the database and we will use the database for the creating table. Now we are use the database. Now in this database, how we can create the table? The simple syntax to create the table. This is create table. If not exist, table name. Why if not exist? Because sometimes suppose you want to create a table amp and that means already exist in the database. It will get the error. So that's why we are writing this. If not exist. Then column name, particular data type for that column name. Comment for the table. Suppose you want to create the employee data bar like this, employee details, row format. Now data in which format you want to store in table. So there is field terminated. Suppose there is data into CSV format and you want to separate by the comma. So then you have to mention that first. Separate by comma and line is separate by new lines. So this is the example here. We are creating the employee data with this. And now just let's start. Create table employee first ERD int is employee ID, then name, string, then salary, string, then designation, string. Now if you want to comment, then comment employee details. Now row format is limited. Now field terminated by comma because we are using the CSV data. Suppose I get this data employee.txt. So for this data, I'm creating this table, particular employee ID, employee name, salary, and designation. So that's why I'm creating this table. Now lines terminated by new lines and stored as text file. Now we create the table. Now we got the data into HDFS, so we can check the data. Now suppose we are open the another terminal and we have to put this into first HDFS because we are taking the data from HDFS. You can take directly from here, but if we are working on the cluster, we have to do that. So ls, so I already put it in this. You can check. So if there is not, then we put this again. Fs put employee employee.txt and this. Now we can check. Your employee table is here. So now we can note. Now we created the table, and after created table, we can drop the table as well as database. The same syntax from here. Now how to load the data? Suppose I'm taking the table from the local file system, so that's why we are using the local. Now I'm taking the data from cluster, so there is no mention for local. So just mention local load data in path and then path name slash employee tags and override into table employee. So load data in path was employee txt override to write into table employee. Now let's load the data. If you want to check the data, there is a simple command for that: select star from table name. So there is, we put the data ID, employee ID, particular name, salary, technical manager, designation. So there is that we can how to create the tables. Now there is several operations of queries that how can we can fetch the data related to table. Suppose there is first query is select I want to only employee ID and name. Just two things I want to fetch from the employee. So we can easily do that. Select EID and name from employee. So now this program will run. Now we can check the data, employee ID and employee name. That's simple. So using that queries we can see the simple the same as select star from employee where his salary is greater than 30,000. Suppose in the table we can see and check the output direct. Suppose select all details from the tables employee. Now we are using the where operations. So where salary is greater than 30,000. Select error data 8. So maybe getting error. So that's why. Because error here 8, so that's why it's getting this kind of data. Now there is several queries like that: order by, group by. You can manage these operations using this select from and where. Now including where there is 2-3 syntax are there: order by, group by. You can manage the data, manipulate the data from the database using that. So now we are fetching the data. The greater than salary is 30,000 is 45,000 Gopal. Manisha is having the salary 45,000. Masantwali is having the 40,000. Kairan is having the 40,000. Now who's left? You can check. Select star from employee Kranti is left because Kranti having the 30,000 data. Okay, now look at the whole things. Now after the order by operation, suppose you want to get the data according to department. Here we change the depth. We create in previous we alternate the table and add the column first. So there is another operation in an alternate table. Suppose you want to add the new table or new column in table new column, so you can use this alter table and then table name and then add column and then new column data type. So now join operation. Now why we are using the join operation? Suppose there is two tables, they are linked with each other using the particular column. Suppose id in the customer id, there is two table, customer and order. Okay, now this same id, customer id and order id same. In order there is mentioned customer id and in customer there is also mentioned the customer id, so we can match the data or merge the data using this particular id, customer id. So there is the two table, first that tables we have to manage in this HDFS. Suppose we are having the customer table. So for customer table we have to create this schema. So let's create table customer. Now id is int and name is string and is again put the string, address string and salary float. You can give float and double, whatever you can give. Now comment is not essential. If you want to give, you can give suppose customer detail. Now row format delimited. Now field terminated by, line terminated by, and store as a text file. Suppose fields terminated by comma and lines terminated by new line and store as a text file. Now we created this table and now we will store this data. I got this data into HDFS, store into HDFS earlier, so we can take this data from the HDFS directly. So this again command load data in path customer dot txt overwrite into table customer. Okay, now it's loading the data. We can check this data. Star for customer. Okay, we mentioned the already we mentioned this columns name, so don't go on this columns names. Okay, now we get the data, actual data like this. So there's the customer table. Now we will create the order. And what is order schema? Order schema is this. So let's create again. Create table order and what will be the order ID. Tag date, it's tag date, or you can give string this customer ID, give as a and like is amount is equal comment order detail. Okay, now lines by stored as text file. Now what we have done, okay, see what this. it is like that, and field terminated by comma, and line is terminated by new lines, and now stored as a text file. Maybe some data type error, so we have to write the particular data type for that. For that, and logo comment order and field so until so we create the table. After create the table, now we have to store the data orders.txt into this. For that, we know command already, load data in path and orders.txt write into table orders. Now data is storing. You can check the data. Select star from orders. Now we store the two tables, customer and orders. Now we have to join this table using the join operations. So first check the data of the customer table is running or not. Here the customer data and order data. Now what we have to do? The first thing is join operation. In join operation, it used to combine tables and retrieve the data from the table. There are two tables, customer and orders, loaded in Hive. So we loaded into Hive these two tables. Now how we can fetch the data using two tables? Suppose we can join the data of customer table and order table, including this. We have to put this variable customer C and O amount. Okay, so for that we have to use this select C dot. Now we want to fetch from the CID customer ID and C dot name and CH. Now in second table we want to tag only the order ID or amount, so we'll give O dot amount. These in customer we will fetch these three, and from the amount we will fetch this. Now we have to write from customers, and we are using the C and O join this. Okay, what else? And now in CID is equal to O customer ID, मतलब means customer ID is equal to CID. O dot customer ID. Oh, yeah. Now we will now there is little error, maybe a joins operation instead of join and others. So command is running, and you can see these tables ID, name, age and amount. Resulting reduce. I don't know what's the error. Now reduce is working. I hope it will see the data. Now you can see the data ID, name and amount from the second table. So this is our joint operations. As well as in the join operation you can see all the left outer join you can use instead of join left outer, or the syntax will be same as. Now what is view? We can create and delete view on table as per our requirement. So there is little syntax for that, how to create a view. We can create a view and drop a view as well as table and database. So just create a view on this particular. Let's start. Create view 30,000. As select start. Now we are creating view M 30,000. The employee with salary is 30,000. So start from employee. Now employee where salary is greater than 30,000. So as well as we can create the view. Let's create the view title, and now we can drop the view as well as the same thing. This view is for the access fastly, so that's why we create the view. It's only model else. Now index. This another concept is index. Index is nothing but a pointer on a particular column of the table. Now the view and index is a totally different thing. In view we can make a view on the query. Suppose you want to categorize a particular view. You want to the data from the table, like select star from the table name and particular condition. Suppose you want to see only the employee salary which is above the 30,000, so you can create a view on to 30,000. And in index there is a different concept. You can make an index on the particular table columns, so that's why create index is there. So we can create index using this concept, and as well as we can drop this. So hope you enjoyed the session, and we'll meet in next session. So goodbye guys.